BBC General Hospital spoilers reveal that Cyrus is expanding his evil plans, and that means more victims are on the way. He's proven he's not above killing to achieve his goals, and these recent killings are just the beginning of a larger wave of violence. With Sam McCall and Dex Heller dead, Michael Corinthos nearly dead, and now new evidence is emerging about who Cyrus will target next, and all eyes are on Kai Taylor. Kai is at his most vulnerable, lying in a hospital bed after a serious football injury. If Cyrus decides to strike, now would be the perfect time, a patient in a hospital where he can do it quietly without anyone suspecting anything. Cyrus used Digitalis to kill Dex and Sam, and there's nothing stopping him from using it again to remove the thorns in his side. But why Kai? The answer may lie in Kai's growing relationship with Trina. Cyrus once tried to destroy Trina's life by indirectly causing Spencer's death, and if he sees Kai as a new source of motivation for Trina's recovery, he won't hesitate to eliminate him to push her back into the abyss again. Targeting Kai not only allows him to continue to instill fear, but it also allows him to attack Trina again without physically touching her. Suspicions that Cyrus is planning something else grow as some key pieces of evidence emerge. Perhaps a nurse at GH noticed an anomaly in Kai's medical records, or someone in the hospital stumbled upon a suspicious vial that may have been linked to the previous poisoning. All signs begin to point to a terrifying truth: Cyrus is ready to strike again, and Kai could be next. But can Portia, Trina, and the others act in time to prevent another tragedy, or will they once again witness another loved one die at Cyrus' hands? If no one can stop him, Port Charles will continue to be haunted by mysterious deaths, and Cyrus will consolidate his terrifying power more than ever. Kai seems to be more than just a random victim in Cyrus's ongoing string of grisly crimes. Something about his past or his connections threatens Cyrus, to the point where he's willing to plot Kai's elimination in the hospital. This isn't just a simple poisoning to create fear or control, but Cyrus has a deeper motive, a secret he can't bring to light. It seems Kai has some connection to an enemy from Cyrus' past, or he's holding important information that Cyrus can't let slip. Kai may have accidentally discovered something about Cyrus's dark plans, or worse, he's a danger Cyrus can't ignore. Whatever the reason, it's enough to make Cyrus decide to eliminate him without mercy. And this time, he doesn't need to hide or cover up too much, because he knows that no one will dare stand up to him at this point. Kai was in the hospital recovering from a soccer injury, and the timing was perfect for Cyrus to strike. No one suspected that a patient in the process of being treated could be the next target, which was why Cyrus decided to act quickly, ruthlessly, and precisely. He had used Digitalis to kill Dex and Sam, and now Kai would suffer the same fate if no one caught him in time. Cyrus had allies inside the hospital, someone who could manipulate medical records, give the wrong dosage, or even inject poison directly into Kai without anyone suspecting. It was a carefully calculated attack, leaving no obvious traces, and by the time anyone realized what was happening, it would be too late. But what Cyrus didn't expect was that there were people watching his movements closely, and Porsha and Brad were the first to notice something was wrong. Portia has been suspicious of Sam and Dex's deaths from the start, and when Michael nearly dies at Cyrus' hands, she begins to notice the creepy coincidences going on in the hospital. When Kai suddenly suffers a heart attack in his hospital bed, Portia immediately knows something is wrong. There's no way a recovering patient could fall into such a critical condition without any apparent cause. Brad, who has witnessed strange changes in Kai's medical records, also senses a major threat. He's had shady dealings in the past, and if he knows too much about what Cyrus is up to, he could be targeted next. This puts Brad in a difficult position. Will he step up to help Portia find the truth, or will he keep quiet to protect himself? But Portia isn't the type to give up easily. She knows that Cyrus is manipulating things, and if she doesn't act now, Kai won't be the last victim. With her experience and instincts as a doctor, Portia tries to find a way to reverse the effects of the poison, but the question is, will she have enough time to save Kai before it's too late? If Kai dies, it will be a huge shock to all of Port Charles. This will mark a new turning point in Cyrus's crime spree, as he no longer acts in secret but dares to strike in the hospital, in front of many witnesses. This is no longer a hidden killer, but one who is fearless, has no need to cover up, and seems certain that no one can stop him. If Portia can't save Kai, she will be haunted by this failure, and it could turn her into a madman in pursuit of the truth. She will stop at nothing to find the evidence to bring Cyrus down, even if it puts her in danger. Brad, who has seen too much, will have to make a difficult decision. Will he dare to speak up about what he knows, or will he keep quiet to avoid becoming the next target? If he chooses to side with Portia, the war with Cyrus will officially begin. Trina, who has already lost Spencer to evil forces, will not be able to stand by without losing Kai. If Kai dies, it could send Trina into a serious psychological crisis, or conversely, push her to fight against Cyrus more than ever. Porsha and Brad will devote all their energy to Kai, knowing that every second can mean the difference between life and death. They know that if Kai doesn't survive, the shock will send Trina into an emotional abyss she's never experienced before. Portia, a mother, can't let that happen. She's seen how much pain Trina suffered when she lost Spencer, and she won't allow her daughter to suffer another loss. Brad, though not a natural hero, understands that saving Kai is not just a medical duty, but also a chance to right his wrongs. He knows that Cyrus is manipulating the hospital in ways no one could have imagined, and if they don't act quickly, more victims will die and no one can do anything about it. The pressure is high in the emergency room, as Portia and Brad fight every moment to save Kai from death. But what really worries Portia is not Kai's health but a more terrifying truth: Cyrus will not stop here. Even if Kai is saved, that doesn't mean the danger is over. Cyrus will return, stronger, more ruthless, and if they don't have a plan to deal with him, it's all a race in vain. So while Brad focuses on keeping Kai stable, Portia has made a big decision. She will not stop at just saving Kai, but will do everything she can to protect Trina from the dangers that lie ahead. She can't wait any longer, can't let Trina spiral into an endless cycle of pain. This means Portia will have to take bolder action, perhaps confronting Cyrus directly or finding enough evidence to bring him to justice. But can she do that without putting Trina in danger? It's a fine line, because if Portia isn't careful, her attempts to protect Trina could make her Cyrus' next target. Brad, while not the bravest of men, realizes that things are getting more serious than ever. He must decide whether to help Portia with her plan, or to back down to protect himself. Meanwhile, Trina is completely unaware of the war her mother is fighting. All she knows is that Kai is between life and death, and that's enough to break her heart. Can she handle losing another important person? She may not need to know the plot behind it, but if Kai dies, it will completely change Trina, possibly sending her down a dangerous path that no one can control. Things are escalating rapidly, and Portia can't let her emotions get the best of her. She must act decisively, forcefully, and even dangerously to protect Trina and everyone she loves. But can she do it before it's too late? Will Cyrus discover that Portia is working against him, and if so, will she become his next target? All roads lead to an inevitable war, and Port Charles is about to witness a battle between justice and cruelty like never before. Portia and Brad seem to hold a key piece to the puzzle of the crimes Cyrus has worked so hard to cover up. As they uncover new evidence that could bring him down, things get more dangerous than ever. They are no longer just doctors trying to save a patient, they are in a life-or-death fight with one of Port Charles's most dangerous men. And if they don't play smart and careful, they could become Cyrus' next target. Theirs is more than a medical fight to save Kai, it's an investigation to uncover the truth. Brad, with his underground connections, is able to track down shady practices at the hospital, from tampered prescriptions to patients who mysteriously disappear. Meanwhile, Portia, as a conscientious doctor and a mother determined to protect her daughter, can't turn a blind eye to what's going on. She's ready to take on Cyrus, but she also knows that one small mistake could send everything crashing down. But what's even more telling is that Trina and Jocelyn's storylines seem to be following a similar pattern, as both young women find themselves drawn into dangerous spirals that they can't control. Trina, after losing Spencer, is at a major emotional crossroads. Will she lose Kai again, or will she do everything she can to prevent it from happening this time? Meanwhile, Jocelyn is no less determined. especially since she believes Cyrus is behind all of the recent crimes. Both girls have a personal vendetta against Cyrus, and that makes their stories explode in dangerously similar ways. If Jocelyn tries to expose Cyrus herself, she could fall into a trap he has set for her, and Trina, unyielding as she is, could follow suit. They may think they are acting independently, but in reality, they are both being drawn into a game Cyrus has been playing all along. This sets up a storm of emotion and drama, as Portia and Brad try to stop the looming dangers, but they always seem to be one step behind what is happening. If they don't figure out how to protect Trina and Jocelyn before it's too late, one or both of them, or both, could fall victim to Cyrus next. As more secrets are revealed, this battle becomes not just about Cyrus, but about everyone who is trying to stand up to him. Can Portia and Brad act in time to prevent another tragedy, or will they witness another irreparable loss? With Trina and Jocelyn's storyline heading in a dangerous direction, a major shock could be in store for Port Charles, and when it all explodes, no one can predict the consequences it will bring.